So Michael just told us that you have some crazy scenes together coming up.
Oh.
Caroline and Enzo.
Oh, yeah.
Are you able to tease anything about that?
Yes. Are you ready? It's pretty heated. This is a hot tease. We have a scene where we're sitting on a couch. And we just shot it the other day.
So you're still reeling.
Yeah. Whew. We don't even get up off the couch. We're on the couch. Yes. The whole scene.
Can you talk at all about the differences in your character between the present day storyline and the future storylines, and how that has been like playing a slightly different version of Caroline?
Yes, it's been very fun to see Caroline in the future storylines, and she gets what she wants. She's living out kind of her perfect dream world, which I don't think the fans will anticipate what that is. And because that's not what I would have pictured, but then once I read it, I was like, oh yeah, that is completely makes sense. And you have to take in consideration the whole spectrum of Caroline, even Caroline from season 1. So she's definitely in a very different place when we do jump to the future. Present day Caroline within the series is just focused on still recovering from the death of her mother and trying to figure out what this friendship is she has with Stefan, and trying to combat the heretics and keep the town of Mystic Falls safe, which, as we saw in the teaser at the end of season 6, she might not be very good at this time. They might have failed. I hope it's happier for Caroline this season. I was tired of crying last year. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it was what I thought was so beautiful about last season was that even through all the mythology and the supernatural chaos, there was just such a simplicity in the fact that there was nothing anyone could do about the fact that her mother was dying, and it was cancer. And so even coming into season 7, she keeps thinking that there's like a magic way that her grief is she's gonna wake up one day and it's gonna be gone. And so you're watching someone kind of have to learn the meaning of grief and what it means to have someone that you love die. And so in a show with so much death, it's I don't think we've seen anyone kind of grieve like this before.
Are there any character dynamics besides like the storyline stuff that you're really interested in exploring in season 7?
I'm really excited. We have 3 scripts out to us right now, so we've gotten to catch up a little bit. I don't know who's been cast as the heretics, but Caroline has some really great scenes with them, and so we're going to get their whole backstory and Caroline's kind of a part in getting it out of them. So I'm really excited to see how that dynamic of these, other women and Caroline, how they all, where that goes throughout season 7. Right now, they're dealing with Caroline and Bonnie are dealing with Elena's departure independently, because Bonnie's right now dealing with, Alaric's grief of losing his wife and his unborn babies. Gosh, it was very dark. Yeah. That feels really dark to say out loud. And also with Damon grieving Elena, so she is kind of, out of guilt, I think, with Damon kind of trying to mend that friendship. Then Caroline is really just focused on Mystic Falls and her own grief.
Who does we see her kind of side with? Hearing two very separate teams against the Heretics.
Well, Caroline, I have no idea. My guess would be Caroline would go with the good guys, because that's what she's kind of done up to this point, but who knows? Maybe, who knows? I have no idea.
Will we see her in... Oh, no.
I think everyone knows that Elena's not dead. So for Caroline knows that she'll see Elena in the future. So I think the grief for Bonnie is more out of guilt as well, because every day that she lives is another day that her friends can't be with Elena. So I think that they just are experiencing two different versions of grief. I think we'll have wonderful scenes with Caroline and Bonnie. At this point, we're so early on in the season, and we do have a lot of action and adventure and chaos happening that we haven't had those quiet moments with those two female characters yet. But I really look forward to them.
Stefan and Caroline, it's been such a slow burn, and it's finally got to this good place. Where do you think, or what can you tell us about how it is in the present and how it is in the kind of future, flash forwards, and how that?
Have you ever seen Back to the Future 2?
Yes.
It's very different, yeah. But without without the flying cars or the hoverboard, yeah. Yeah. No, but basically, yeah. Caroline is in a very different place in the future than she is in the present day. And I love, there's so many unanswered questions when you get a glimpse into the future. You're just like, wait a second, what? This makes no sense, which is great. And so I can't wait to hear over the season. I can't wait for it to make more and more sense over the season.
And on that note, guys, we have to take her.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it.